Thanks everybody for joining the Of Two Mindsets podcast. I am D Hill, one of your hosts, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Dr. Pam Francis. How are you today?
I am wonderful, wonderful. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Excellent. I think we should have a fun show today. It's We're going to be talking to some college students and college-bound student. And Dr. P, you've graduated college multiple times. What is your fondest memory of your early college years?
Um, I would say that first piece of paper, walking across that stage, just basically realizing that finally, I had a lot of fun in school. I don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun in school. I did my partying, I did my studying, I did my hanging out. But I think my fondest memory was the week of graduation, just hanging out with all of my alumnus. We are partying, we're eating, we're practicing, we're getting our cap and gowns, and I think to me that was one of my fondest memories. Is just finally getting over the hump. Everything else is a party, is a game, until you realize that you have enough hours to graduate, and then you are actually getting your cap and gown. You go to your ring ceremony, and now you are practicing the whole week before. You're going to breakfast together. People that you've seen on campus these 4 or 5 years that you've seen on campus, and now you're all going to graduate. Yeah, I think that was it for me.
I got you. I got you. And we'll talk to our guest today. I'm so glad to have you guys here. First, we'll start with Miss Alana. And how are you today?
Pretty good. I'm pretty good. How are you?
Great, great. So introduce yourself. You don't have to tell us too much, but what's your major and at what level of school are you now?
My name's Alana. I graduated 2024 college. My major was cell and molecular biology, and currently I am in a physician assistance program, assistant program, and my master's right now is in physician assistant studies. We just started in June, so it's only been a little over 2 months, and it feels like 2 years already, but it's okay. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Gotcha. So you're a postgraduate. You've been through college already. So this is a master's program. Is
Yes.
that right? So what exactly, when you graduate from here, what does a physician's assistant do?
We basically will help close the healthcare gaps. For doctors, they have a lot more that they have to do. They have to specialize in that specific specialty that they want to. So that's requiring those 4 years, and then the additional 4 years for medical school, 3 years residency. It's just a little too much, in my opinion, to become a doctor. And physician assistant, we can get out there right into the field in about 2 years. So I think that in order for us to go ahead and start closing these healthcare gaps, go ahead and getting our feet out there on the ground, boots on the ground, that this would be the best way to do so. It gives me the right amount of authority that I want, or maybe I don't know. People go for their own reasons, but for physician assistant for me, it's the right amount of authority. I don't really want to be in control of surgery or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, but for physician assistant, yeah, we basically mend those gaps. That way we can see more people,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
In places that probably don't have that healthcare, more rural
Right.
counties and things like that. We are able to get out there faster so that people can be seen sooner.
So you're the person that we see when we don't see the doctor.
Yes, I will be there to help with whatever you need, unless you need something more serious,
Specialized,
you need
right?
surgery.
Yeah.
Then I'll be very helpful in those instances. Instead of just sending you straight to the doctor with nothing, we can go ahead and get your lab test done. We can get you up to date on any other things that, insurance will need before you go see the actual doctor.
Okay.
Awesome.
Interesting. My mother was a nurse for over 35 years, and right before she passed, that was her passion to go. She had actually got accepted at MCG for their PA program, but she
Nice.
never did get a chance to actually finish it out. But um, she was a nurse for over 35 years in Sandersville.
Awesome.
Yeah, Washington County. Yeah.
And let's get to our high school senior, Miss Kennedy. Introduce yourself, Kennedy. You don't have to tell us too much, but what are your future plans after high school?
My name's Kennedy, and I'm from Duluth High School in Georgia. And then I'm looking at Emory to be like a biochem major. At first, I was looking at finance, but since I like biochem and biology and chemistry more, I was leaning more towards biochem to work with medicine and do more research on it as my career.
All right. So we got two medical.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
But that's a good thing because now we can have Alana to kind of, give her some insight on the do's and the don'ts.
Sure. A little bit is I'm very interested in biology as well. And when I started college, that was my initial major. But then they said that you have to take like botany and zoology. And I just was not into that. So I switched my major to cellular molecular biology. Specifically, that you mentioned biochemistry, but it's specifically because they offered that. That was like one of the classes that you had to take was biochemistry for that specific major. And I thought that sounded way more fun than learning animal parts. So that's why I chose that one.
Oh, okay.
I think it's really fun, especially when, you actually get into those more major-based courses. It's really fun. Like biochemistry, it was really fun.
Okay. Cool.
And I have notes if you need any, if you would ever need any.
Thank you.
So
All right, so
Kennedy,
y'all gotta exchange numbers when we get off of here. So yeah.
Kennedy, what was the major influence that is pushing you to this route?
I think it started sophomore year when I did chemistry. I was really good at it, and then I was also really good at biology. But I was looking more at finance because I usually do like math. But then I think junior year kind of pushed me away with the teacher I had. So I did more research in the science field, and I think I just have more of like a want to work in medicine and do my research about it.
Gotcha. Now, Alana, you've been doing this for a while. Are you dealing with a lot of math?
No. The little bit of math that we had to do during undergrad was not tricky at all. It was just a little bit of whatever. And then now, in the master's program, they're like, you've seen it already. We don't need to do any like real deal calculations. Of course, there will be some in the field, but I don't think it will be as rigorous as like calculus or anything like that. So you're good.
But did you have to, Alana, take many math classes in undergrad?
Of course, you would probably have to do those foundational, like college algebra. I ended up taking pre-calculus instead because I had just taken pre-calculus in high school, and I was like, we're just going to go ahead and make it easier for myself. And for where I went, I'm not sure if it's like this everywhere else, but they had something in my area D where I had to take physics, so physics 1 and physics 2, but I think that was kind of it for like actual math presenting classes.
Gotcha. So Kennedy and Dr. Hooks, feel free to jump in with questions anytime you want. Kennedy, as far as math, are you guys, where are you with math in high school? So like what math classes have you taken these past 3 years?
So for eighth grade, I did algebra. And then, so I started with geometry in high school. And then 11th grade, I did pre-calculus. And I liked it, but it was just the teacher and the way he taught. So it kind of like like made me, I don't know, nervous about it. So this
Right.
year I'm doing AP stats because at first I thought I was going to do finance, but then I was moving to biochem. So I'm taking AP stats right now.
Gotcha. And that's statistics.
Statistics is
Hold on. So, Kennedy, if you could start over again, you're a high school senior. You and I have had some sessions together with what your next steps are. If you could start over again, what would you do different as a high school junior? Because your junior year preps you for your senior year, pretty much for high school and graduation. If you could start your junior year over, what would you do differently than you did? And what advice would you give other upcoming seniors in high school?
Or what I would do, I would probably join more activities for like extracurriculars. I would, because for me, I kind of like contain myself as to like not pushing myself into other positions I'm not comfortable in. But after junior year, I feel like I should have done that because I did it once for this one position, but I didn't get it because I felt like I was too nervous. So
Mhm.
I felt like with the classes you take, I think you should also push yourself with AP because with AP you can always get like college credit most of the time, and you will have hours off for the classes you will take in college. So like more money is being saved. So
Mhm.
for upcoming juniors, I'll say if you can push yourself for AP classes, but also make sure you're having time for yourself for extracurriculars to make your college app more, I guess, more attractive to the
Attractive.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I know you personally, and I know that you're a very smart young lady. So, do you mind telling us how you rank in your school among how many other students? And I know that you are very, um, you're introverted and don't like the spotlight on you, but I think that you should be proud of the academic track that you're on. So if you don't mind, would you tell us?
So my GPA right now is a 4.2, and then I rank I think 36 out of I think 580 students right now.
Yeah,
Amazing. Very
amazing.
nice.
Very nice. Yeah, yeah. So
Thank you.
it's okay. Your application is very attractive with it. And so we have talked, and Kennedy and I have talked a lot about her taking the the CLEP test, so that she can not take some of those classes when she gets to college. However, Emory does not, because her thing, I think she's forging toward Emory, but they are going to take her AP classes. Now, Alana, did you have AP classes? And if so, what was your experience with those classes?
I definitely had AP classes, and they were, I think, fine in the sense of getting those, credits for college. But I think, well, I was like a very bad test taker, so I don't think that I had gotten any like actual credit. I think you have to make like what, like a 70 or 3 is what it
Yeah.
is, or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if I ever did that. I'm sorry, but I think I focused more on dual enrollment towards my junior senior year because my advisor was like, these are more guaranteed ways to get those college credits. And in no way, shape, or form, I'm pretty sure you're probably a better test taker than I am. So you're probably like, we'll be fine. It was just that we had that with, I think it was Georgia Military College. And
Mhm.
they just allowed us to like weave in and out and get those college credits. And that's what kind of worked for me. You are your GPA, mine was like a 3.9 in high school. So you probably would definitely benefit from those AP courses and getting those college credits through that. But also I would recommend looking into dual enrollment if you find yourself like looking at a certain class, maybe like you want to go ahead and get your English out of the way. So when you go into college, you don't have to do that. I think that's also beneficial. So, sorry.
Oh, that's great advice, I think. Great advice.
Yeah. I wish somebody had taught me that. See,
Yeah, same here.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I remember two of my friends in high school. We took all the same classes, and I remember them going to take these other classes, and I was like, "What are they doing?" And then in our senior year, they left early because they had been taking college courses. So I was so jealous about that.
Yeah, yeah. But of course, when I was in high school, I took advanced classes, but it was not as a fast track like it is now. But I was able to go to Georgia College this summer before I started because I actually had my hours at the end of my junior year. So I'll end up working part of my senior year and then going to Georgia College to get some credit. So I was going back and forth to Georgia College for my extra credit. Well, not extra credit, but classes that I didn't want to take when I was headed to Savannah State. So I took math and I took science. I took a history class, and then I took English. They call it the class with the Romeo and Juliet and all of that. Yeah. So I took that during the summer, so I would not have to take that my first year. So that kind of helped me along the way and end up being on the president's list my first year, which was kudos, which was really good. But I wish I had someone to kind of steer me um, the way that we're trying to do here for other students because there's a wealth of knowledge on this podcast today. It really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Kennedy, I wanted to take your mind and let's think into the future. What do you think your first year of college will be like academically, socially, and personally?
I think academically may be scary, depending on the college I go to. Socially, I think I'll be fine socially, but I feel like first year I'll be probably nervous because I'll be away from home.
Right.
I'm mostly like a homebody, so I'll be pretty scared about it. But I think as I progress throughout the year, I think I'll, I guess, adapt to the environment. So I think I'll be pretty fine with it, honestly.
Are any of your friends or classmates, are you trying to go to the same schools with any of them? Have
They
you talked?
wanted they wanted to go to UGA, and I first wanted to go to UGA, but then I don't know. I also like being in the city a little bit, like in Atlanta. So I don't know if anyone is going to Emory right now.
Gotcha.
Mhm. So,
Alana,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Dr. P.
So if Emory, I'm the person that the glasses always have full, never have empty. So if for some chance that Emory doesn't pan out for you, what's your plan B?
I think I think it will be UGA,
Okay.
and then if not UGA, Mercer or Georgia State.
Okay. All right. Good plan. Good plan.
So,
Yeah.
Alana, you did a little time at Georgia State. You want to tell her about that?
I when I graduated, it was 2020. So I got into Georgia State, but they didn't have any in-person classes for like my freshman year, my entire freshman year. So I was just at home. And then when I moved up there to Atlanta, it was whiplash. I was like, oh my goodness, the traffic, the everything. And then I was so much. It was very, very, very spooky. But you like the city, you'll be fine if you go to Georgia State.
Mhm.
Um, I had so many instances. My friend lived at Commons, which is like one of the dorms, and it was in front of a racetrack. And it was just like, oh my goodness. But okay, I enjoyed going to Georgia State. From the little experience that I had, like getting to know the professors over Zoom was pretty nice. They were very lenient. They knew that everything was new for us, and I think that that's very nice. Like to have some understanding professors. So they're definitely there. Yeah, but I was like, oh, I want to go back home. It was just the city part. And then it's so ironic because I really wanted, like you really want to go to Emory. I really wanted to go to Augusta University's program because it was right at home. And I found myself right back up here in Atlanta. And I can't go anywhere this time because I'm stuck. So I'm destined to be up here, I guess. But Georgia State is very nice. They have some very understanding professors. I'm pretty sure that they will be accessible as well. I just wish that I had a little bit more to give in terms of freshman year, sophomore year, and things of that nature, because unfortunately I was just like this. I was just at home taking notes on my desk. I didn't have any, like real structure. And I'm so sorry. I really wish that I could give some more advice for that, but just apply. That's one thing that I will say from applying to physician assistant programs. Just do it. You never know. They could waitlist you. I got waitlisted, and that could be your foot in the door. So just apply. Don't think too much about it. Just go ahead, get it out of the way. Do they still have Common App? Do y'all still use that?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I use that, and I applied everywhere.
For
I
those
just
of
did it
us,
because it was free.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
for those of us who don't know what Common
Oh,
App is.
Common App is basically where you can compile like all of your like your school stuff. Like you can put all of your like the classes you've taken, and you can, if they require essays, you can go ahead and just put all of your essays in there and everything like that.
wow,
And most of the time it's free for you to just send out your application anywhere. And me and my friend, because we were taking dual enrollment classes, so at the end of the day we would have to go sit in the guidance office to do our classes, and we were like, we should just apply to San Francisco, see what happens. And we did, and we both got in. So
wow.
just go anywhere, just do it. It's free.
So this is like something that you can put all of your application history and attempts in one app, and
Yes.
okay, it makes it easier to apply. That's cool. I never heard of that before. See, you guys are teaching old people like us, well, like me. I don't want to call anybody else old.
He's calling me old
You're
on the
teaching us
fly.
all
That's
types of
okay.
stuff.
It's okay.
Right.
So I have a question for the both of you. And I guess Kennedy, you're how old are you? 17? About
Yes, 17.
17,
Mhm.
about to be 18. And Alana, I won't say how old you are, but I want both of you to think back, and Alana a little bit further than Kennedy. If you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Start with
For-
Kennedy.
Okay. For me, I would definitely say put yourself out there more. I don't know what it is, but like ever since I was younger, I was really introverted. I really contained myself a lot. So
Mhm.
I'm not sophomore year, high school, it really, I guess I forced myself, like the whole experience forced myself to put myself out there. But I just wish I did that as I was growing up, more extroverted like my sister, because she's easy to talk to, but with me, I'm just so like quiet.
Yeah.
Can I give some advice here? Um, so I am a natural introvert also. And one of the things my father told me when I was younger is that is like it's a shield. It's a good thing. That's part of your personality. And stop me if you guys think I'm wrong here. But don't necessarily fight that. But you have that understanding, and that's a great thing that you know you're introverted. But don't necessarily tear that down. Just learn from those extroverted people and build on it. But don't try to not be yourself. That would be my advice.
That's
It's
the
okay
part.
to,
Yeah.
yeah. So introversion is like extroverted. That's one personality. Being introverted is another. It won't necessarily hold you back. Just build on your your stronger traits, and you'll be okay. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Alana,
Honestly,
what
I
if
have the same advice for myself because yes, I am also extremely introverted. Um, I think like it also came from just being nervous. Like, what if they don't like me? Or what if I say something silly? You know, and it just like kind of shut me out. And honestly, looking back, it's not that serious. For me, like the things that I would worry about and the things that I would, like stress myself out over, like honestly, like even something maybe from last week, I can't even remember what happened last week. Like no one, like if I could go back and tell myself like no one is paying that much attention to you, just go out and do whatever it is that you want to do. I would definitely tell myself that. Just calm down. Just vibe.
So, if I may, Kennedy, what is your biggest distraction this year?
Biggest distraction, I think nervousness really with I think colleges is really distracting me because I'm still trying with the ACT. I'm gonna start that. So I think it's really, I guess the fear is kind of distracting me.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Miss Alana, what's your biggest distraction?
Ooh. I don't know.
So what do you find yourself drifting off into when the study gets too intense?
I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, do you do now are you now I'm looking at the chair that you're in. Are you a gamer?
No.
Okay. I was just asking. I saw the gaming chair, so I was like, let me ask, you might be a gamer. That could be a distraction,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay. And you may not you may not have any. You are at a point in your life. I think now you're in your master's degree. You're very focused because now you can see the end of the road. For everything that you've had to sacrifice, everything that you've gone through, everything that your parents have had to do to get you to this point, even your Uncle Diedrich here. And so I just think you're at a point, and this is just my opinion, been there, done that, is that when you are now in your second degree, and it's not that you're just going to school to be going to school. You're going to school to one, get an edge up on others that are coming into that same field. And then number two, you have set a standard for yourself and a goal for yourself to see some things that you want in yourself. And I think when we are at that point, even at Kennedy's age, when we're at that point, we hone, as they say, we hone in on those objectives. And the only obstacle I could see is that you can't see anything else but those things. And sometimes that
Yeah.
can be a hindrance.
I
Sometimes
guess
that can be a hindrance. Yeah.
that's what I'm like really focusing on. I'm really focusing. So that might be my distraction, is just to hurry up and make sure that I don't falter. Um, just get through it. Just continue to get through it day by day. I'm just like, okay, I got to go. I got to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And maybe that it in it of itself is my distraction from myself. I if I turn the camera right now, you'd be like, where are you living? I have kind of neglected some things. So I'm doing laundry right now. And I'm trying to remember that you also have to, be there for yourself. And maybe that's a different type of distraction that I'm having. The schoolwork is my distraction from myself instead of it being the other way around or anything like that.
Okay. So another question I have for you, being in your master's program, have already graduated with your bachelor's degree. If you could tell Kennedy some of the common mistakes that incoming freshmen make that you would like to see them avoid, what would that be? What would that look like for you?
Some things that I would say is it's not all about school in that moment. I had really, of course, I was at home, so I guess more so I'm using what I did like entering my sophomore year, junior year, as kind of me entering my freshman year because it was my first time being in person. I think that there I spent a lot of time worrying about how others perceived me, and honestly, we're all in our own bubble. So I would say focus on you, find that good group of friends, especially when you get up into those harder classes. That's when you're really going to be close knit because it's just going to be rigorous. But I would say that. I would also say if you come from like independence, some advice I would say is there are people there. There's always someone there to help you. And I did not take advantage of office hours when I was like incoming. I was just like, oh, I figured it out. I have to figure it out for myself because I was just so bound on being independent. But they're literally there for that. They're there for you to ask questions. So I would recommend office hours for any little teeny tiny thing. I would go and get stuff clarified all the time. Like, hey, your door is open. Can I ask you a question? You know, they're very, I hope that, you know, like the professors that you have are very open like that. Some other advice. All hang out like with people. I did not do that. And I do regret that. I was always, no, I have to study, or no, I don't feel like it. I've had, like, we were out all day today. I don't want to go out tonight, things like that. It's just like making sure you have really good work-life balance. I had really horrible work-life balance in my undergraduate. I was only work and like this much life. So finding that balance, I think, is also very important.
Yeah, I'm with that. And even in the life that I have now, I find it hard to do life work balance. And I'm learning the hard way that you have to have a balance. It's okay to have objectives and goals and ambitions, but at the same time, learn to live while you can. It's not about if you don't get it done, it won't get done. It's about learning how you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. That's it. You can do it all. You just have to learn that it's okay if you don't finish everything in an hour.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to ask Kennedy right quick. Alana was talking about the teachers were, approaching them after class. Are you okay with asking for help? How do you go about that? And is that something that you find easy to do, asking someone for help?
I have a circle of teachers I can talk to, especially my counselors. So if I do need help, I usually go to my counselor first, but then I also can backtrack to my other teachers as well.
Awesome. Yeah,
That's
that's something I wish I had done more of. Using those professors more because they are there for you. So just be aware of that. Don't be afraid to ask for assistance.
Yeah. Continue on that track. Just continue. Make sure that you keep when you get your syllabus, make sure that you highlight their office hours, their telephone numbers, their email addresses, because they are there for you. And I tell people all the time that although this is not the 13th grade, they want you to learn to be independent. They want you to learn how to do things on your own. They are there to help you. They are there to help you.
Yeah. We know you guys are busy, so we're going to go with a few more questions and don't want to take too much of your time. I want to ask a question that perhaps I shouldn't ask, but I'm going to anyway. And please don't tell us too much because we don't want you to get in trouble. AI is one of the biggest subjects everywhere right now. And you don't have to tell me if you use it or not. Don't tell us if you use it, but tell us Alana, what does your school say about the use of AI and how is it affecting things? Again, don't tell us if you're using it or not, but just tell us what's been said around it.
They are they are against it, especially when it comes to like writing. Of course, they want you to be able, to do it. I'm not entirely sure how the screening process and all of that works, and I don't want to figure out how that works. So they aren't the most, like, they don't really advise the usage of it. I suppose maybe when I was in orientation, they did bring up other types of AI. There's something called Notebook LM, I think,
Mhm.
that you can, I think, put your sources in and then it'll like spit out some things. You can like ask the questions and it's based on your sources. And they were, I think, more lenient with that, using it in that way rather than, of course, just taking things verbatim from it, copying and pasting into your paper and sending it in. They were like, it's fine that way, but not the other way.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And Kennedy, again, please don't tell us that you're using AI to do all your work to get those great grades. But what has your school said about the use of AI?
Yeah, they're against it with the assignments, but they can also contradict themselves with like I remember last year because we had like, SATs coming up for juniors and sophomore. So on the Duluth High School's website, they had like Gemini for like SAT questions prep. And then I
Yeah.
also see teachers use AI for like their syllabus or assignments they assign. So it's like they contradict them like themselves, but overall they don't want us using it for assignments.
Mm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that changes in the coming years. I think curriculum are going to have to change to allow it, but we'll see what happens in the future. What do you think is going to happen with AI and school, Dr. P?
And I think we've had this conversation before. I think we had a podcast on the presence of AI. I do think that AI is going to be the new um, be all. I just think that there's going to be some protocols on how it is handled. And the backlash of it is that we're going to have to, we're going to suffer before we get the reward. If you get what I'm saying is that it's going to be here as a tool, but there's going to be some fallout from it. Basically, meaning we're going to be able to use it. They're going to, and I don't think that everyone is going to be like 100% on how to use it, what not to use it for. It's going to be trial and error. And I think that people are going to catch the fallout from them finding out what can and cannot be done with AI. So you're going to be able to use it, but then there's going to be in those stages, like we're in the early stages now, where we're finding out that everything that AI puts out is you still need to research it. And so I just think that it's going to be one of those situations where, especially college students, it's where they're going to find out the hard way. They're going to be able to use it, but then because no one has properly taught them how to use it, there may be some fallout. There may be some fallout with that. So I don't know how that, what that looks like for the future. I just know even with where I work at, we can use AI to do certain things. However, they prefer the preference is that you do not use it. They didn't say you couldn't, they just prefer that you didn't. And if you're going to use it, you still got to go back behind yourself and check the references, check the documents, check everything. So if you're going to do all that, you might as well have done it yourself the first time. That's just my thinking.
But Alana, you won't have to worry too much because AI can't do what you will have to do
Yeah,
anytime soon.
that's right. That's right. Unless she puts in there, I need a prescription for someone who has this pain, this pain, this pain, and they're having a reaction to this, and this, and they weigh this amount. They have a patient history of this, and then it spits out what prescription she can use. But she still got to research the prescription to make sure that she's not
Make
giving
sure.
too much. You know what I mean? Too many milligrams. So hey,
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
yeah.
All
So
right.
I think I want to ask a question. I know we're on the downslope of this. Alana.
Yes.
If I want you to complete this sentence. The biggest mistake I made was, and it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be college related, school related. We're talking life. For someone who's embarking on her own self discovery, she will be leaving school, going to college, just in life general. The biggest mistake I made was,
I think limiting myself from experiences, always being so nervous to try new things, being so nervous to sign up for things, being nervous to include myself with people, hang out with people. Something that I'm doing right now is trying to say, yeah, I'll do it. Let's go to whatever is proposed to me, because I don't want to be 30 and they're like, well, what did you do? And I'm like, stay at home all day. I don't really want it to be like that. In college, I really didn't. In the undergrad, I really didn't do anything. If it wasn't like hanging out with my one friend and we went to the thrift store in the movies, that was kind of it. It was because that was stuff that I was comfortable with doing. That's something that I like knew the layout of. I knew what to anticipate. And recently, we have been grouped up with second years. So they invited us out to this trivia night on Thursday. And I was like, I don't want to go because it's a new experience. It was a new experience. And I had never been anywhere like that far down the road. Like I've literally only been, I'm still working on it, y'all. But I'm getting down there. I had an amazing time. I had a lot of fun. We got more points than we thought we were going to have, all of that. And it's really allowing me to grow. It also allows me to get closer to those who are already in my class, like in our cohort. So just, I regret not allowing myself to have experiences and blaming it on, I don't need it. I don't need whatever it was, like it's not gonna make or break me. So that's something that I do regret, and I'm working on it, slowly but surely. But we'll get there.
I think you're doing great. You're doing great. People would not know that you are an introvert and know that you don't like to be around people that much, just from conversation. And that's just that's just because I care so much about you. But anyway, and then the other question I have, complete this statement. I hope the next generation of college students remember what?
I hope that they remember to stay true to themselves and to do whatever it is that they want to do, and not be influenced about whatever that they're saying, like maybe friends, family. I hope that they remember why they started this journey of going through college, whatever that major might be. And even if they switch it like later on, that is something that it's because that they wanted to do it, and it's something that they hold true. If I had listened to some of my friends or followed some of my friends that were coming up, or listened to a few family members, I probably would have majored in nursing, and that's not really something that I wanted to do or that I want to do. And I think because of staying true to what it is that I see myself doing in the future, and things of that nature, then I'm way happier than I would have probably been if I majored in nursing. And there's no disrespect to nursing.
Right.
It's just not something that, I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I hope that they remember that they just stay true. And even if something does change, that it doesn't necessarily mean that they're abandoning themselves because, it's not something that somebody else wanted them to do. It's your life ultimately. And I think that if you don't see yourself doing this, despite what this family member, what this friend is saying, don't do it.
Okay. That's good. That's good advice. That's good
Indeed.
advice.
Indeed.
Yeah. I mean, and then I look at it like this is that in order for you to be satisfied with the road that you're taking, you have to be true to yourself. I'm one that took a different course. If I had gone the course that I had wanted, I probably would have my own law firm here in Atlanta doing some great things for some underprivileged people that needed a good law firm, a good lawyer who cares. But I'm glad that I am where I am, doing what I am doing, and it's a great thing for me. So I just say again, I think that's some great advice for Kennedy, is just to be true to yourself and honor who you are to yourself and be who you are destined to be for yourself. Whatever that looks like, sounds like, whatever, be true to yourself. I regret a lot of time wasted because I did not, but that's just me. So I just say I applaud Alana for giving that advice. That's some really great advice.
Absolutely. I have a quick question for Kennedy. So let's say money wasn't a thing and whatever you went to, everything would be provided to you. Would you still choose the same career path that you're choosing?
Probably not. I think I don't know. I would probably do something more artsy because I do like art. So if money wasn't a thing, I'll probably focus on art more than, science and everything like that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I get
What,
it.
yeah. What about you, Alana? If money
Yeah,
wasn't a thing, you would
I
still
would.
be on this path?
I definitely would. I
Gotcha.
just keep thinking of like just little things like, well, what if, Nana's out there in the middle of nowhere and she has to come all the way up here, like to Augusta and stuff like that. And if I could be somewhere to help somebody else's grandma not have to drive those hours or just be somewhere. Like literally, I probably would, but I probably wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't do it full time
Yeah.
because I do have other aspirations in baking, and I probably will open up my own like baking, like a little bakery. I probably
Oh,
would do
Ah,
that.
wow. Okay.
Literally.
Okay. Well,
that
that
would be
might be
cool.
something you could do on the side once you get started, and you could open up your own PA, office and have other PAs working for you. Get your MSN, RNA, PA, and you have your own office and you sit behind the desk and then work part time there. And then go open up your bakery, work at the bakery that's down the street from your office. So hey,
That would be so ideal. Just to, like maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm at the office. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm like, I have these cinnamon rolls special.
Very
That'd be
cool.
so beautiful.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm just here for it. And I have one more question for the both of you. What would your future self thank you for?
Let's start with Kennedy.
Um, I think pushing myself, I would say pushing
Okay.
myself allowed me to, I guess, find who I really am and find what I enjoy in. Because I feel like, I don't know, freshman year, I wouldn't really push myself and I was just floating around really. And then sophomore year, I just started pushing myself to do more things and, find my people. And I feel like with that, that could impact me in the future, continue doing that, continue what I would like to find in my career. Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Alana?
Mm, can you repeat the question?
Sure. What would your future self thank you for?
I think she would thank me for sticking with it and holding myself down and not letting myself give up. I think that is something that she should definitely be thankful for. Me right now, she should definitely be thankful for that. Me looking
Absolutely.
at this PowerPoint that has 71 slides, she better be
Yeah.
thankful that I'm doing that. I'm just, but yeah, I think that she probably, future me would be thankful for not backing down, even though something might have been extremely difficult. Things in undergrad, to be vulnerable, because it could, to show somebody, maybe hopefully, maybe Kennedy, maybe anybody who's watching this, that is, it's not that serious. So back when I got into biochem, I was in biochemistry too, and I let myself. Oh, I know it. I don't have to study it as hard. I know how she asked her questions because she was the professor for Biochem 1. And I was like, I probably already know what to look for. I did not know what to look for on that exam, to keep it short. I failed that exam, like flat failed that exam.
It
And
happens.
I cried. Like, that was the first exam I think that I had like failed, y'all. And just to say, because look at where I am now, and I think that I cried so hard that day, and it was just so detrimental for me that day. It was raining. I was so gloomy. I was just like, I'm just gonna withdraw. I'm gonna just gonna go find a job. I clearly am not cut out for this. I
It
can't
was
do
like a
it.
scene from a movie, eh?
It was so bad. um, but I didn't. I didn't let myself withdraw. I didn't let myself quit school, because I was like, clearly I'm not gonna. If I can't do this, I can't do PA and stuff like that. But I am. I'm doing it, and instead of locking myself out, I said, okay, just fix it. This is the first exam. You have 3 more. You have assignments. You have quizzes. You can fix this. And literally, that second exam, I made a 93. So I said, okay, thank you, future. Thank you, past me, for not. The future me was thinking past me for not giving up. So I think sticking with it, is something that I'm very grateful that I did, because I would not be sitting right here if I let
Right.
myself after
Right.
that 55.
Right. So Diedrich,
Yes, ma'am.
what would you want your future self to thank you for?
Um, for doing podcasts like these, I think that this is going to be a very informative conversation for a lot of students at high school and in college now. So I'm glad that I have a platform where we can open up conversations like these that not everybody is offering. And so I'm very happy that I have a relationship with my niece, Alana, that she
Yes.
would come on and talk to us about her experience. It's a
Yes.
beautiful thing, and I'm very proud of her. And I'm thankful that we have Kennedy here, who is not only learning, what's to come, but she's also teaching people who will soon be in her position, what she's going through. So I want to thank both of you. Yeah, definitely. My future self would thank me for having this conversation.
Good. Good. That's good. All right. So now we're talking about a college graduate who's getting ready to graduate again, and we're talking about a high school senior who's getting ready to graduate. The turning of the tassel, okay, that symbolizes the completion of one chapter in your life. But life is just beginning. So, Alana, once you turn that second tassel, the next chapter for you begin. Kennedy, as you switch and turn that tassel from when they say that you are now a 2027 high school graduate, and as you look back on your journey and look ahead to your future, what words of wisdom would you leave with every student that's preparing to walk across whatever stage that they're walking across and into the real world?
Um, I feel like the message I would give them is to to hold on, because honestly, after high school, I know things will get, sometimes more difficult. So I feel like just hold on, like keep pushing through, be more dedicated to yourself and what you really do want to do. Because I feel like if you do something that you're not dedicated to, it's going to be much, much more harder during the college scene when trying to complete your degree. So I feel like do something that's, if not what you want to do, do something tolerable and that's best for yourself.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Alana?
Some words of wisdom. I think from that transition from high school to college, words of wisdom is, oh my goodness, it just seems so far away. It just seems so long ago. I don't know. But I think from college, I think I can go back to college. That wasn't that long ago. Turning the tassel from college to college graduate, I think some words of wisdom is to allow yourself that little bit of freedom. You don't have to move so fast into getting a job. If it allows you to just go ahead and enjoy it, just maybe a little bit of that freedom that you have, that weight that's off your shoulders. Maybe take a trip. Just you did it, and allow yourself to celebrate. I don't think I allowed myself to celebrate. I graduated college, and I was like, okay, I need patient care hours. I need to hurry up and get into the field. I didn't allow myself to celebrate. We had a party for me, but the only thing that I was thinking of was I need to hurry up and get a job. I need to hurry up and get patient care hours. I need to hurry up and get experience. It's always just been me. Okay, now I need to do this. I now need to do that. And looking back, I don't even have graduation photos from my college. I don't even have graduation photos. We didn't even take pictures because to me, that was not like the biggest, and it definitely is, but for me, that was not something that I thought that should be celebrated. So celebrate the fact that you graduated, because that is absolutely, absolutely crazy. That's absolutely something that you should celebrate, both high school and college. Like, you are fulfilling your dreams, and I think that you should definitely appreciate that. I didn't appreciate that, and if I didn't have that bachelor's degree, would not be in this master's program. So I think I should have given myself a little bit more grace for getting it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So that would be my words of wisdom.
Great words of wisdom, in my opinion,
Yes.
and I totally agree.
Yes, mine too.
So, I want to thank our guests, my niece, Alana, and Miss Kennedy. We're so glad you were able to join us today. We know that you are super busy, and this is of two mindsets. We try to have these conversations that other people are not having and that we think are important. Dr. Pam, you want to close us out with any?
I just want to give all of our high school seniors and any college graduates. I have a son that will soon be graduating 2027, is that soak it up, soak it all in, enjoy it, but do everything in moderation. Enjoy your life, but enjoy it in moderation, because there still is tomorrow. Do things that will not only benefit you, but benefit others. I enjoy the fact that I get the opportunity to mentor people. And so I take that with so much reverence, that people like to hear what I have to say and like to hear what I think. And so when you're out there, when you're getting ready to graduate, when you're finding that you feel that sometimes that this is not worth it, just know that it's worth it. Soak it in, take some time, enjoy who you're becoming, because once it's over, it's over. Adulthood waits for no one. So take the time to enjoy life. I'm not saying that enjoying life should take precedence of you staying focused, getting your work, because I tell people all the time, a bachelor's degree now is like having a high school diploma, and a master's degree is now like having a bachelor's degree, and a PhD is like having a master's degree. Sometimes it just depends on where you are, what you're doing. And for my brown babies, I say work hard, because you have to work twice as hard to have half of what your counterparts get. And so just keep that in mind. You're doing great. Open up yourself to opportunities, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right. That's great advice. Again, thank you too for joining us. This is Of Two Mindsets. For everybody, if you would please hit the like button and share this on YouTube, and share it with your family and friends, and especially with college-bound students. Thanks again, Alana and Kennedy. This has been Of Two Mindsets. I am D. Hill, and on behalf of Dr. P, we thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.